What is going on out there, good people? And welcome back to LMD Trading, where I am living my dream trading. I hope everybody out there is doing well today. As for myself, I'm doing good. Just cranking this computer back up to take a look at these trades we took today. I traded this morning and I shut everything down and I did not look at a chart again until right now. So let's see what we did today. It actually was a decent day. We made money in a couple of the PA accounts. We made money in the cash account, but I felt tilt coming on. So I just shut it down, y'all, and I stayed disciplined. Today was another good day of discipline. I did some foolishness, though. We'll talk about that as we look at the numbers and as we look at these trades. I actually recorded my trades today. I was trading the PA account from the main screen. So that's what we're going to look at. This is $25,000 PA account. Reviewing trades for February 26th. Gross profit $221.50. Gross losses $77. That left us with a net profit of $144.50. Overall trading at a 83% today, which was pretty good. Says that we took 25 wins, 5 losses. Don't think we took that many trades. Average winning trade, 886. Average losing trade, 15. We were backwards right there. But as long as you can keep that rate up, you can end up with a green P&L. If we flip that, then this probably would have doubled. And I know one trade I was over this amount. I was over that amount. Largest winning trade, $20. Largest losing trade, $25. Don't take a lot of money to make money. This $25,000 PA account, you got to make $1,600 every 10 days to request a payout, or you have to trade 10 days. You could do it in 15. You could do it in 20, but you got to trade a minimum of 10. So you don't have to make it all in one day. If I make $150 per day, that's 10 trading days. That's all you really have to do. But that is what we did today. Let's go ahead. We're going to bring up the main screen and we'll take a look at the 5-minute chart, see what the market did overall, because I have no clue. Like I said, I traded this morning and I just got away from everything. So if we go out to like 4 a.m. when most stocks kick in, we see that the market had a nice little uptrend going through 7 o'clock. I want to say I traded around here. Came on up, stayed in this little trend, kind of flushed out at 9:30. That's to be expected. And then it just kept grinding. Noon, we got on the backside. It's almost like clockwork. 12 o'clock. Comes up, sets the high, comes back, double tops. And then it has rolled over the rest of the day. Set a high of 18,060. Right now we at 17,949. Gave back a ton of money, about 100 points right there. So that's what the market did today. One other thing that I do want to do, had a gentleman or a person ask me in the comments, how do I find my 4-hour levels? So I'm gonna pull up my 4-hour chart real quick. It is a mess, I know, because it shows everything. It shows everything that has gone on. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drag this out. I'll delete this trend line. I'll delete these trend lines because they are no longer in play. They could, if and I say that, if the MNQ sold all the way off, these would come back and play again. But those are intraday lines. they would not really matter on a time frame such as a 4-hour chart. So I'm gonna just delete, try to clean this chart up just a hair bit. Yep, these are all old. We can get rid of all of these. Trying to make sure that I don't delete anything I need today though. Let's stop it right there. We'll stop. All right, so how I find my 4-hour levels. I look for pivots, and I look within that pivot to see where multiple areas are touching. So I won't just put a line right here because this is the high of this pivot. I try to look inside of the pivot. So you see, that was the low. That was like where it closed. That was where it opened. This one here is just about at the lows. Come on over. You see those are the highs for that one. You come over here, you see you got a close and it opened right there. So I try to find multiple areas where it's kind of just consolidating. Come down to the next one, same thing. You get a touch here, a touch here. The top of that wick is touching. Come on over here. The close, that's going to make the open touch. You got a wick right there. Then you come over here and you see that it's respecting it. And I just do that. You got a level here. Look at all of these just touching right through there where it was just kind of consolidating through this level. You come right there. Those areas are touching. Come over here. Hadn't really made it back down there, but if this breaks this level, I would expect this to come back down to this 4-hour level. We come over here, multiple areas touching, couple of areas touching right there. You come through here, multiple areas touching. Same concept for all of these, multiple areas touching. You get some wicks that kind of peekabooed. You come through here, multiple areas touching. And you can kind of adjust these as they're touched more times. Come over here, same thing. Like this one, you get these areas touching here. You get these wicks that kind of drop down. Perfect one right there where it just touched and bounced. You come over here, you get some areas touching there. And that's all I do. And I just keep on going out further and further. So since we're up at highs right now, we're kind of just making these new pivots, but on established levels, you can kind of set them. And these gray ones are the intraday levels. And I just keep them on my chart. I just hadn't removed them, but those come in play intraday. One other thing someone asked is, what is my strategy? The best way that I could describe my strategy that I'm trading right now is a 10-20 crossover. When the 10 crosses the 20, it flips my chart whichever color. So 10 crosses below, flips my chart red. I'll take a short right here and my stop will be the prior pivot. And technically I should be trading this down all the way to the 4-hour level, but I can't hold it that long, y'all. That's not how I'm built. But clean trade. Come up the other side. It flips. Now, see how this one just kind of quick flipped? It flipped and then it went back down. If I took a long right here, stop is going to be there. I'm stopping out in that trade. But the reason that I wouldn't take this trade is because look how close the 50 EMA is. So I would need to see this break the 50, come back and retest. Then I could take a flip to green and trade it up to the red line. Case in point right there. This broke over the 50. It flipped the chart, pulled back, got a retest. Stop now has to be way down here though. How many points is that? 957, 942, 15 points. My stop is set at a 15-point stop. So that wouldn't be bad. My first target is going to be up here, and it didn't quite make it up there. And that's why I kind of start chasing with my stop. But in a nutshell, that's my strategy. I wait on a flip, chart flips, I'm short, my stop is going to be at this pivot. So if I'm getting in right here, 960, up there is 970. That's a 10-point stop. 960, 50 is 10, that's 1R, 40 is 20, that's 2R. This was a 2R trade, holding it down to this 4-hour level. You notice bounced off the 4-hour level. So in a nutshell, that is my strategy. I just use other charts to kind of see which way I want to be taking the trade. If the 2-minute, 5-minute, and the 15 is red, I really don't want to be looking for these flips back green. I kind of want to wait, that's basically a pullback. Let that pullback happen and then go short and go with the market, unless it has room up to one of these moving averages, an intraday level, a 4-hour level, then you can kind of take that trade. So like on that flip, you go long right there. Stop is all the way right there. First area of concern is right there. There's not enough meat in that trade. Not enough meat in that trade for me. But let's go ahead. Let's pull up the video that we recorded today. I thought I had hit the start button to start recording, but I didn't. And I was already in a trade. So looking at this trade, you see that I had drawn this trend channel, and then I had drawn just a trend line, and the market had come down, broke this down channel, and we had started a new up channel. And you see, this is fairly fresh and new. I used this point here, that point there, and it's coming off of the 2-minute chart is what I was drawing this up channel. And I basically had sat down maybe 5 minutes prior to taking this trade. Drew these channels, saw it. I'm like, okay, this is good. We're breaking over this 200 moving average, which is the broken red line. I get long. Again, entry is at where? 990. So entry is about 990. This has a very big stop though, y'all. Very big stop. First area of concern really can be this intraday line with this supply zone right here, possibly causing a little problem. But let's look and see how I traded this. So we'll go ahead, start the video up. Notice I already have my stop in profit. So I won't lose any money. Notice where I take my target to. And I'm in 2 contracts. We're up $20 right now. Like I said, we are in the PA account. And just kind of letting it play out. So it seems to be working. If we look at all the other charts, I'll kind of quick glance and see what's going on. One other thing is on my left-hand screen, I have NQ charts. And with the NQ charts, I can kind of see where price levels are at. And when you see, this comes all the way back down, stops me. I make $5. We were up $20 on this trade. This is where you start seeing those make $5 on a winning trade, be down $20 on a losing trade, because I'm putting my stop in profit. But notice this thing just stops me out and goes right back up. So let's see what we're running this at. Okay, we're running at 2 speed. I'm gonna jump up 30 seconds because we will get right back in this trade again. So long again. Stop is no longer way down here. Stop realistically can be just below that trend line. But notice I split and I put 5 to get out 5 just below the just below this supply zone. And again, I'm locking profit in. Look at that. It's just about to tag so 5 of them will get me out making $50. It hits that, keeps going. Probably could have set that right off the edge of that supply zone. Because it technically should hit that supply zone and kind of push back. And look, it's exactly what it did. So I could have set my target just below that, probably made another $10 or so. But We got profit locked in on 5, or not even locked in. We've grabbed that profit. It's realized profit on those 5. And now I just have 1. And you notice first order, I took 2. The second one, you hear me say I kind of hammer in because I'm feeling that I'm in the right direction for this trade. Now look where target is at on this. Pay attention to that. I got the target set up here at this 4-hour level. That's going to be key here in a minute. So now I'm just chasing my stop. When you hear me say I'm chasing my stop, as this comes up, I'm just kind of locking in. Let's go ahead. I'll scroll it through. We'll see what it does. I want to see it break that supply. So it broke that supply. And look where it came up to. My intraday level. And it's meeting a little bit of resistance. Up 13 points. So a solid trade. This is a solid trade right now. On one contract, we're up $23, $22. 5 or 6 of those trades, you're making $150 a day. Not bad. So now we're up $64. Came up to the intraday level. Failed it. Failed this moving average. Realistically, I should have had it below this moving average, which was the 20, because usually if this 20 lets go, this is coming back down. A lot of times it'll let go of the 10 and bounce off of the 20. But let's go ahead. Let's speed this up. We'll see what it does. Boom. We're right back up there. It breaks it. Don't think I take a trade through any of this. But look at that, y'all. Look at that. Right up there to where my initial target was at. How many points is that? We can call that about 18,006. This is 26. That is 20 points on just this one MNQ. That would have been 40 more bucks. We'd be up $100 right now. Just by holding just this single one up to target. But let's keep going. Because watch what this thing does. Okay, I blow it up because I screenshot this for my guys over there in the Discord. Look at how that thing fails. Look at how that thing fails off of there. So I go short right here. Oh, I'm sorry. I go long on this flip. Remember what I was just talking about? I was just talking about when we were looking at how my trading strategy, how to go red and then it'll flip to green. So I'm in one contract. It ain't really going like I thought it would, but look at where I got in at, y'all. I'm in when it flipped back red now. Let's back up real quick though. Let's back up. Let's back up. Let's back up. I want to see if the chart was red when I got in. Oh, you big dummy. We went red, green, red. I take a long and I'm trying to play this to just hold this demand level. So this is not one of my 10-20 crossovers. This is just me trying to play this to hold this level. I'm only in one MNQ. So definitely not going to be sized in. But the reason why I want to look at this is because, look, I'm below the moving averages. I'm below the 50. That is crucial. Yeah, I'm about to get smacked. I'm about to get smacked. This was not really a well thought out trade. If we look at the 500, which is the chart to the lower left one, this is about to stop you out, boss. This is about to stop you out. But thing with that, take that stop. I think that was a $5 loss. We was at 65. So I was risking $5 to see if this might double bottom and go back up. Not bad. Let's keep going. You see I'm in a trade down here. I was trading my cash account off screen. Made about $120 in the cash account as well today. But that's why you see this chart showing a trade and not that one. If you look right there, you see just the L. That's because I have the bracket set. So I can watch one watch off screen to actually see that particular trade or be moving the brackets. It's still right here in my peripheral. And I did the same thing, y'all. I took the cash account, red chart. Red chart tells me that I should have went short right there and put my stop up there. But I'm going against the grain. Let's speed this up. Let's speed it up, speed it up. In this one here, I'm actually playing this to get back into this up channel. You see it gets in the up channel, it rejects, and I stop out, and I make $5. And then I ended up closing that account out. But let's look back up here, because I saw that I had jumped in a trade. Let's see what we did. Okay, so we're short. Let's look at this. We've missed the main little move right here. Short right here with the 200 SMA right there. This is not a well thought out trade, because again, the way that I trade, I have to say that this is going to catch support right there and move back up. So you see we red right now. Scroll it on up. But it seems to be working. It broke it. And now you see I'm locking profit in. I'm locking profit in because it's broke the 200. I don't want to see this get back above the 200. What are we up? We're up like $20 on 3 contracts. Probably should have took something off right there. Yeah, because look at that strong push back up. When that made that move down, I should have probably got out of 2 of those. But now we're up $69, kind of just nickel and diming our way. Let's keep scrolling. Let's keep scrolling. I don't think I take another one until the market opens. So we'll scroll on through. Here we go. Look down at the clock, which is behind this one. It's 9:29 and 44 seconds. And you see what the market starts doing. It just starts ramping up. Now the market is open. It's 9:30 and 5 seconds. And then we're going to take a trade. So let's just watch this thing play out. Notice how the market sped up. The candles was moving kind of slow because this is running at 2 times. Up to the 4-hour level. Breaks the 4-hour level. See if we get the retest. Come on back down. No retest. All right, it's trying to make its way back down. There we go. Set another high. So retest, higher high. It's just off to the races at this point. Don't really want to catch this while it's doing this. Look over at the 2-minute chart, y'all. This is why I like the tick chart. Tick chart, I'm seeing pullbacks. I'm seeing higher highs, higher lows. You just look at a 2-minute chart. It's just running. It's just running. Where can you get in a trade? Here. You can't. Come over here. You can get in a trade right there. You can get in a trade there. Set the stop there. You get in a trade there. So it flips red. I go short. And I get out when this comes to the 50. That was quick too. Let's kind of back that back up real quick. This is like a pretty good example of what I'm doing once I get a trade. So it flips. I'm late. Even though this is moving fast, when that flipped red, it was probably a few seconds before I got in right here. So I'm in at 833. Up there is about 50. That's 17 points. That's manageable. That's manageable. About 2 points over what I want to be in. One thing with this, 50 or that 4-hour intraday level is right, or 4-hour price level. It's not enough room between here to there, to there to there. So this is where you see those. I got to take profit here, and my stop would be way up there if I stop out. But comes down, I get my stop just above it to lock profit in. Make a few dollars, maybe $20 looks like it. Bounces off the 200. Again, I got to respect this 200 is going to act as support. Chops around, watch this. Flips green, I go long. Let's look at that one. That's about 34, 22. That's 12 points. I'm in 2. Now watch this. You hear me say I hammer in. So I went in 2. If this would have worked, next time it flipped green, I would have hammered in. I got 2, just catching, just seeing what it's going to do. Stops me out. I took the stop. You see I'm long. Stops me out right there. Flips red. I go short and I hammer in. I'm in 7 of these bad boys right here now. I hammered in with 7 of them, y'all. Stop up there. 24, 39. That's 15 points again. But now I'm like, nah, this is gonna be good. So watch this, y'all. Remember I said I was in 1 trade? Look at that. I'm up 159 on just this 1 trade. Because when this flipped green to red, green and back red, this is coming back down. This is coming back down. I'm about to hammer in and I'm going to trade this to whatever level that I think this is going to go to. Intraday level right here. Notice it kind of peekaboos under it. I put my stop up at the 10 moving average because I want this to keep going. I want this to keep going. But just in case it doesn't, I'm going to lock profit in. So comes back up, tags me, stops me out. And that was a good stop out. That was a good stop out. I accidentally moved this to where you can't see what the 200 is doing, but you can look down here at the 500 and you can see. So there you go. So it's made a move back up to the 200. I could have stayed in it and made some money because it does eventually go. But again, look at this. Peep this. Green flips red. I take the trade. I get out. It flips green. It flips back red. I really could have just re-entered right there. Let's call it 16. Stop would have been 26. 10 points, 16. This came down to 8. So just about 8 points. Again, I got to respect that this intraday level is going to kind of act as support. Breaks it, comes back up, breaks it, and then it makes the move back higher. That was my last trade of the morning in this account. You see, we finished up 151.50 before commissions. So not a bad day. Not a bad day, y'all. On that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. As always, thanks for checking me out. If you hadn't hit that like button, please do so. If you're not subscribed, now would be an excellent time to subscribe. For the new subscribers, I appreciate y'all. We are slowly grinding up there to that 1,000 subs. So if you find value and you're not subscribed, please help me out. It don't cost you a thing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. I try to answer all comments fairly expeditiously, but sometimes I'm not at my computer. Sometimes I'm not on my phone. So it might take me a minute, but I try to answer all of them. Like I always say, if it's something that you can use from my system, by all means. If it's something that you think I might be able to use, by all means. And on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up. We're going to be back at it again tomorrow. Peace.